SAFE Project, in partnership with the Wounded Warrior Project and Walmart, created the Veteran Wellness Training Program. This program empowers veterans by building resiliency while helping participants find support where there is a risk of substance use or mental health challenges. 6 50-minute training modules designed for veterans by veterans explore self-leadership and identity, addressing emotions and well-being, setting goals and finding solutions, moving from coping to thriving, achieving financial wellness, and finding help and support. We sat down with a few veteran wellness alumni, and here's how this training changed their lives.
I retired in 2018, and I decided to move out to San Antonio as a second home. And the reason I chose San Antonio was I was stationed here back in the early 80s, but also because it's such a huge military community. My experience wasn't so good. Difficulty getting assistance. Because there are so many veterans in this area, it was difficult to get into the centers. It was difficult to get an appointment. It was difficult to get a job because I decided I was bored and I was going in a deep, dark place, the depression. I felt rejected when I got here, and I kept trying to say, I'm a veteran, I served, and I have medical issues, and one being PTSD from my active duty time. I am now newly appointed as of January 1st, the Red, White, and Blue chapter captain of San Antonio. I took this program because of all that I was going through, and I think I shared some of that during the program. But listening and these tools that were offered, I used a lot of them. I went and made an appointment with a rep, a veteran rep, and she literally sat down. We went through all my medical, we went through it all. And like I said, finally got a rating in October. And I retired in 2002, if that tells you how long I was in the system trying to get an answer. So yeah, I've been doing well, really well.
The online thing that we had to do beforehand was a great way to kind of dip your feet in the water and to understand what was going to happen when you're actually there, and to kind of have that, how should I say, kind of just brief kind of introduction was really good to like get yourself in the right mindset, to actually like know what the program's about and to understand the journey that's going to happen.
But they gave us this handbook that gave us resources for like mental health or like homeless phone numbers and emails and like how to get in contact with certain parts of the VA. They gave us this little handbook, and my wife and I have actually used that quite a bit.
One organization is not able to help you 100%. So sometimes it takes 3 or 4 different organizations just to get you to the point of where you can go on another day or, go on to do something else. So for me, the Veterans Resources Guide was very, very helpful.
There's so many things you don't know that you qualify for in terms of benefits from your military service, that whether it's financial or some other thing. And I think that is such a really kind of unknown thing that could have such a vast impact on your life. And I think just listening to that is another great reason to go to this session.
So this is a great program. It will help you kind of map out what your next move would be in life, whatever phase that you are in. It's like it's your roadmap, and you get a chance to navigate it ultimately the way that you want to do it, but at the same time it kind of shows you what is the best way to do it. And then the resource component of it, I think that that's a great thing, because a lot of veterans, they don't have access to a lot of resources. So that's just, it's built into the program. So, okay, we're telling you how you need to navigate. And then at the end, these are the resources that will help you further.
Message to veterans that are hesitant to take part in something like this is, what do you have to lose? There's only things you could gain from it. Okay, maybe it takes 8 hours out of your day. What else are you doing? Those 8 hours could be worth 1,000 hours in the future by better self-care, better calming techniques, maybe less suicidal idealizations.
I would say from this to other veterans, if taking the class will get you to whatever goals you want to accomplish in life. If you want to find a better job, if you want to, find out, through VA, what's your rating or disability, this should be your guide into getting what you need to further you in life.
One of my greatest strengths is learning to help other people and other vets. And by going to the session, I'm able to enhance those connections and I'm able to get a greater sense of fulfillment, I feel like I am a better friend and a better person for people to turn to as well.
Because I know how important it is to wear the uniform, to have your chest stuck out, and you have that sense of pride. But you have a different phase of life that's still calling you, and I want you to let you know that you're not by yourself. Other people are struggling as well, and some people have recovered, and we need you. And just stay in the fight.
Get out there, seek help. Do not be embarrassed. Do not feel like you are different, because you're not. There's many of us out there, and we need to be together, and we need to conquer those boulders and navigate through those different boulders and challenges out there. And we need to do this for our future generations. You should not be ashamed of having PTSD or any mental concerns. We're in this together, and we get out of this together, and we fight through this together.
Veteran wellness can change your life too, or the lives of the veterans you serve. For more information on how to bring a veteran wellness training to you, please visit safeproject.us/veterans or email veterans@safeproject.us.